session, but so we have.
You got it.
Okay, all right. All order this evening, Park City Board of Education. Today, March 19th at 3:37 PM. We will rise for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to enter into closed to discuss pending litigation and real estate.
I make a motion to move into closed session.
Andy, second? Okay, I'll just go around. Nick?
Yeah.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay, and I also say yes, so we're going to closed, and Ann will play. Thanks. Okay, we will resume our open meeting, start with 3.01. We have, Wendy, are they on it?
Oh, I don't know. Let me use. You're someone all the time. Today. Okay, then. But if you talk to the when you do, yeah, she's not on video like in the news.
I'm here, Anne. Hi, Lori. And you guys, I can't hear you. You keep going in and out. I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear you.
We think there might be a slight delay, Anne, because we're trying to feed it through this Vivi.
Oh,
There might be a slight delay there.
okay.
All right, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda as stated, please say aye.
Wait, I have
Aye.
a question. I missed that. Never mind. I had a question about it, but since you couldn't hear me, can I ask my question? On the capital outlay list, can you hear me?
Yep.
On the capital outlay list, are all the schools being repaired where it says all, or the schools that we're no longer going to be using, or actually just treasure? Is that included in this, or has that been taken out?
On the brick and block repair?
Yeah, like on brick and block and, asphalt building or part of the buildings that we're not using, like, is it just throughout or have we gone through and done that?
Yeah, it's regular maintenance on all of them because Treasure's gonna be in service next year.
Okay,
I think Meredith and my
We're the last hurrah.
children will still be there.
okay. Sorry, carry on.
All right, that, if there's no objections, Ann, then that's approved.
Okay,
Okay. We will move on to 4.01 employee group reports. Do we have anyone? Oh, yes. Mary.
Good evening, everyone. Do not have a ton to report, which is always kind of a good thing. But would like to comment on a few policies that will be presented tonight. Policy 7070, the paid parental leave policy, has a few revisions that will be helpful for employees by allowing them to take the paid portion of leave anytime within a 12-month period. This change is aligned with FMLA law and allows employees to take that leave when they need it the most, so we thank you. The other policy we would like to comment on is policy 10001. We appreciate putting the employee safeguards in this policy. This in addition ensures that all employees are treated with respect and protected from potential bullying and harassment towards employees. This is an important addition, and we know that we have a very supportive community, and we really appreciate being seen as professionals who are valued for the work we do. We are disappointed that Governor Cox signed HB 29 on sensitive materials today. PCA always supports access to appropriate educational materials, and we stand behind our teachers and librarians to ensure students have access to said important educational materials. As always, thank you for giving us a seat at the table. Thank you very much.
I did not know that happened. Thank you for sharing
Is
that.
that the library materials, Bill?
Yeah, when did that happen?
I don't know, we just got an email this afternoon. And that had been signed.
And yeah, he had until Thursday. Thank you.
Jen, Bill, to join us?
Yeah,
Short and sweet as well. PCCA it's been kind of quiet. We've been representing some people that are having some issues. We do have elections coming up in April. Gonna figure that out. And we, in the morning for the annual, this for the year, award conference, so for next Saturday.
Awesome. Good luck.
How many finalists are there? Is it like 5?
I'm in the top 5.
5 nationally. That's an interesting honor.
Yeah,
Is this in Vegas?
it's in Las Vegas.
Really?
Caesars.
I would have expected DC or something. Like a nondescript building.
They like to spread it, but 5 days of classes as well, professional growth. And I hope that I get to have a national voice, and that I was telling Heidi that I would really like to be able to brag on Park City on behalf of ESPs, because for myself, being 10 years in preschool, you know, it's an ESP position that could have been changed to a licensed position at any time, but we have received professional development, high quality professional development every month in the 10 years I've been here. And I had 8 years before I came here, and who I am today as a preschool teacher is completely different. And the supports and the special ed and speech, and I'm so proud of what we offered through that. And then I think the ESP raises last year, I think set an amazing example nationally of what can happen when we pay people, and that we filled those positions, and people feel valued and came back after they had already given notice of leaving, and you know, have stayed around longer. So I just appreciate that from them.
Awesome.
I get to share.
Yeah, good luck.
I'm gonna take that for you. I gotta go back.
All right, we have a report from the student body.
Yes, I actually am not Zach, I'm twins, but I'm filling in for him. I'm his assistant over at the high school student capital team. And I'm planning on doing this again next year, hopefully, if I make it. And we just have a couple of reports from, we have prom coming up on May 18th. It's gonna be at the Black Rock Resort. The theme is gonna be casino night. And we're hoping to get some poker tables in and some volunteers to deal for us. Coming up really soon, next week, we have Wish Week, which is just gonna be all of next week, the 25th to the 29th. And we're raising money for a 10-year-old girl named Chloe, who has leukemia and is trying to go to Texas to see her family and go to an amusement park. And then in early May, just before prom, we have Teacher Appreciation Week, and we're still working out the details on that. It's May 6th to 10th.
You guys always do a really nice job. I love when there are surprises for the teachers, like when you do like the recognitions, or you put a sign up for
Yep.
Excellent. So when you were reelected then, or did you get
It's an
elected by the
appointed-
other?
It's an appointed position, so I just have to do an interview with the seniors.
So is it appointed by the senior leadership or by
Yeah.
the teacher or both?
But combination.
Okay, so you have to demonstrate interest and
Yes.
then, okay, very cool. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Hopefully we'll see you next year.
Hopefully.
Okay, Stacy, feel to join us. We're teaching and learning, please.
Lori's gonna see if she can put up a couple of pictures for us to look at. Snow God smiled upon us, and on March 8th, when we had a non-student day, we actually had a professional learning day. So I thought I would give you a couple of highlights of what happened on that day. Next slide. In our strategic plan, it talks about the GVC, which is Guaranteed Viable Curriculum. And as I've been studying our definitions, I think one easy way to say it is that we know what we teach, we know that we can teach it, and we know that students can learn it. So that it's guaranteed, it's viable, it's based in standards. So on this professional learning day, if you go to the next slide there.
It was like a professional conference. It was really quite incredible. The slide decks that the educators provided to train other educators were top notch.
Yeah.
Really excellent participation. Oh, I was in that room. I know what happened there.
So in the elementary, they had multiple professional sessions that were created and delivered by the teacher leaders, by coaches, by administrators. The themes were there to match school and district goals. There was a lot of choice. The sessions were small. And I got to go back and forth, as did the superintendent on that day. And I was in a great session where we were learning with DLI teachers how to take some of the most interactive and fun activities in the classroom and get them into that language, and just building skills all around in the elementary building. In the secondary side, it was work on curriculum coherence maps and proficiency scales as part of that guaranteed viable curriculum. And we were in grades 6 through 12 aligned PLCs during parts of the morning where everybody was broken up all through the school, working on building those coherence maps and proficiency scales. A lot of that work already existed, but it had kind of walked, and we're getting it all in the right place so that we are able to guarantee that curriculum. We also gave input on the work that the focus schools are doing on realignment, which will be coming to your attention in the next month or two. So finally, some of the feedback that came, one was from the principal at Carly, who said, please thank the board for their approval of the 22-23 Land Trust TSSA plan. Some of the work for supporting positive classroom environments that was in that plan was shared by the principal in one strand of the sessions. Another person said, I'd like being able to collaborate across all grade levels. And overall, they said this felt like a professional conference. Was it you that said that?
I wasn't the one that said that.
It was from somebody else.
felt that way too.
So we wanted you to share some of the work of the extended teaching and learning team, all the way connected down to classroom teachers.
That was very well done, and I heard just positive comments all day long about it, because we haven't gotten a chance to do that. You know, last year, March, we had a snow makeup day. The year before that, I think we had a makeup day, right? So we haven't gotten to do this as a district in a long time, and really was great.
Thank you very much. Mike, operations report.
Good afternoon, this is the operations update for the 19th of March, 2024. Buildings and grounds, our construction continues on time and on budget at all locations. Our FY 25 capital budgeting process is complete, and the ops team prioritized $7.6 million in requests on $4.6 million, which we anticipate being funded. You saw that in your consent agenda tonight. Early summer FY 25 projects were identified to start groundwork in the late FY 24 before school was out, and those were also in the consent agenda. Our master athletic facility planning work is complete, and we're talking with Parks Municipal and Centerville Basin Special Recreation District about possible partnership opportunities. Our ops and finance continues to meet with Parks and Municipal and Basin Rec to begin the rewrite of the interlocal agreement to reflect our contemporary needs for the fields. Transportation last month, Rich commented that it was the first day in 7 years where all regular routes were fully staffed. We're now starting to build up our substitute numbers. We have one new driver in training and one that was recently interviewed. As our staffing recovers, the department is hoping to bring some athletic charters back in-house, which we've had to move off-site because of lack of drivers. Rich has created a formal leadership team to improve communication and stakeholder buy-in within the transportation department. And he released the long-awaited 2024 procedures manual to clarify operations. That'll be updated annually. Transportation has requested 3 new buses in FY 25 capital outlay process, to keep our buses on a 10-year rotation. And today, transportation aced their annual Utah Highway Patrol inspection. Our buses are safe and our driver shop and vehicle records are complete. Child Nutrition Services, John Hopkins and his team are fully staffed and running smoothly. Child Nutrition Services received a grant to extend the local beef supply through school year 25. And John is here tonight if you want to discuss his proposed increases in the fee structure later with Wayne's section. Human Resources, Craig Jensen and his team report the department is functioning smoothly. And HR has participated this last month, in the teacher recruitment fairs at all 5 major universities. Security's Zero Eyes installation is complete. The system is fully operational, and I'd like to give a big thanks to Joe Stout and Bryson Arnold in IT for pulling that amazing stunt off. A joint exercise, SWAT exercise with the Park City Police Department, Summit County Sheriff's Office, and some ancillary agencies is happening tonight, kicking off at 5 o'clock at the high school until 9 o'clock. And it's been fully coordinated, and but Zero Eyes will be tested in a couple of scenarios where they'll be kicked off with an order from Zero Eyes. So our administrative calls will be going off tonight and one. An update to the district's emergency response communication plan is also underway. I'd like to comment just briefly in the security section about House Bill 84. Was recently passed, and it's really a game changer for school security in the state. There's $100 million in one-time funding that also comes along with it. Our parade is surely about 665,000 for the student population, but it mandates some pretty intensive things. So it establishes a state security chief, a county security chief, and a district security director as a chain of command. The procedures, we've got the standard response protocol, internal threat assessment, drills, SRO policies, emergency response manual updates, et cetera, are all mandated. Physical facilities have mandated some ballistic film, cameras, internal door locks, verbal panic button, and reporting has got a whole section on bullying reporting and keeping incident statistics. One of the biggest changes is that the new staffing is going to require non-presence in every school as of the 31st of December of 2024. And that can be either an SRO, which is a cop that specializes in school security and student issues. We can hire armed security. We can either open carry or concealed carry their weapons, and they get training requirements associated with those. And there's also a school guardian program where a school volunteer that can't be a teacher or principal or a person with regular classroom duties. They go through selective screening and a mental exam, and there are training requirements. They can also serve in that role. The good news is that Park City School District has been proactive in security the last several years and has already accomplished most of the procedure and physical changes, so that should not be a very heavy lift. I'm meeting tomorrow with Park City Police Department Chief Wade Carpenter and Summit County Sheriff's Office Frank Smith on the best way forward to meet the staffing requirements. Park City Police Department, Summit County Sheriff's Office, School District are all moving heavily towards the police officer, the SRO option for meeting the armed security requirement. Recruiting, training, and full qualification for SROs, though, does the police academy training is 4 months. Whatever lead time would be to recruit the candidates, then get them checked out as SROs take some time. So hopefully we can support the mandated timeline. So any questions?
Do the sheriff and chief, do they both think that they will have a candidate pool for this kind of thing?
I'll find that out tomorrow. I know that they are actively recruiting for people just because they've been short in the police departments, and this will add to that burden. Everybody else in the state's going to do the same thing. So there might be some challenges to start this week.
Are there provisions in House Bill 84 that permit the police department to maybe bring back retired officers to recalibrate into this new role?
They don't specifically talk about that pool, but they do talk about armed security. And if there were agencies that would recruit groups of those people and then head them out to schools, that might be a possibility. The other thing too is with the SROs, we had a number of them checked out in a department as an SRO. Potentially we can work job shift that somebody might be able to pick up for 1 day a week and be an SRO and kind of break it up that way. We really have a dedicated officer to that program. So might be able to do something like that on an overtime basis. So we'll look at all the potential, try to staff it as safely as possible, but also most financially efficient as possible.
Do we have, what are we budgeting for that? Are we budgeting for police officers? As of now, or are we budgeting for?
Right now, we have, only one SRO, in Parks and Municipal. We cost share 50/50 with Parks and Police Department. It costs us roughly $75,000 a year. So for our component, so most SROs will run $150,000 to get vehicle requirements and vests and weapons and currency training, vacation time, all those things add up to the cost. So right now I have to talk with Randy about if, I have talked just, preliminarily with Sheriff Smith at Summit County Sheriff's Office, and he thought a cost share with the district would be the appropriate way to handle this. Just initial conversations. I have not talked with Sheriff Carpenter or Chief Carpenter yet about how we will cost share. We are losing one school on the Kearns campus, going from 7 schools down to 6, so that would help. And if we cost share, we might be in a situation where we're really only staffing, $500,000 worth of requirements to $150,000 each, times 6 schools cut in 2. So we'll have to talk about how to skin that in.
From a budget perspective, we haven't built anything in at this point. We do have enough reserves of contingency as we built in for the soil removal, trying to use all that. So we'll build in some contingency until we know more about the funding that's tied to it and really what's gonna happen. So if worst case scenarios, the upcoming year, we use some one-time money and go through the budget process.
I also did, through House Bill 61, apply for funds there and get $150,000 available for what I was going to use for Hector Hill when our 8th grade moves over there to put an SRO in that location. I was holding on to that until next year because that's when the department would present itself. But now we advanced that expenditure of that. My idea was put the SRO in place of Hector, split the costs with the sheriff's department. And then have 2 years for the department that at least.
So that's just one time, I think.
It's just one time.
Yeah.
There was no actual legislative funding with this bill.
There's $100 million in one-time funding. And that's why I mentioned our portion would be about $665,000 if you want just based on student count, as the whole student count, say,
It would be how